Welcome to Cruising in Alaska. I'm extra excited today because I'm bringing to meet you one of my favorite Alaskans. She's a great businesswoman, someone that many of us other businesswomen in town admire. And this is the Tracy LaBarge from Tracy's Crab Shack. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Is your story of how you went from tourism to actually opening the Crab Shack.
The Crab Shack?
Yeah.
So when I was in tourism, I worked on ships, big ships, little ships, and got to see a lot of Alaska and a lot of what people wanted to see in Alaska. And I used to go out, I still do, but just for personal use, we go out like a lot of Alaskans do, and we get crabs. Mm-hmm. And we pull them up out of the pots and we cook them. And to me, for some reason, it was just such an amazing thing to see this gigantic creature come up out of the water, and then to cook it and then to taste it was just, for me, that was just very Alaskan. And so I started the Crab Shack as a joke. Well, originally it was a joke, and when I was working, in other places, and I said, I'm just gonna, buy a shack and sell people a leg, because really that's all I want to do is try it. And I had that idea for 10 years before I actually just jumped and did it. I was in a good position, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to try this. And the idea was to be authentic. I really wanted to share this piece of what's really special to me about Alaska, and that's the seafood industry. I wanted to share that with people, and in a way that they can just try it quick, in and out, get a taste of it, see what this is all really about, and be on with their day to do other things.
That's two super good points, and that I'm really glad you brought up, because number one, that is the thing you hear about cruising. One of the objections to cruising is, that's not the real Alaska. Well, let me tell you, it doesn't get more real than Tracy. Right. I mean, she's here all year running a restaurant, dealing with all of the challenges that come with running a restaurant in a remote location like this, where food has to be shipped in, and those challenges, and then just the sheer quantity that you have to deal with as far as the summertime goes. And then the other point that you just made that I think is so important for groups with their clients is you're only in town when you're coming on a cruise ship for one day.
Right.
And I don't think the best use of time is to sit in a restaurant for 2 hours.
Right.
And so here you have Tracy's moves fast. Even if there's a long line, the lines shouldn't scare anybody, because you guys are a machine out there.
We have got this down. 14 years now. We've got this figured out.
I love it. I see that line and it just jams through. People are like, oh no, what are we going to do? Trust me, it goes fast. You've got your leg, will travel, and you want to sit down and munch it down so you can dip it in the butter.
Yeah.
Right.
Experience it. When we started the shack, it was small, and I didn't know where it was going to go. I was like, okay, I had this goal, and I thought I just want to talk to everybody and show them how we cook it and talk about the fisheries. Luckily, the Deadliest Catch came along at the same time, so they kind of explained all that for me, which was great. Because now, with the success, I guess, it gets a little chaotic now. It gets a little crazy. It has grown. But what I really want people to know is we still care every day about what we're doing, and we still want to bring an amazing product to people and to give them a real taste of Alaska and a real experience.
I feel like something that you've done, you've really set the bar for eating establishments here in Juneau. I think there can be a landlocked place like this that gets cruise ship passengers no matter what. There could be a sense of, people are going to fill my tables no matter what, because there's nowhere else to eat in town. And I have always felt, for all the years that I've been here, that you don't settle. You work harder than anybody else in all your restaurants. And I feel like that's what has drawn some of the media attention and then brought everybody along for the ride.
Yeah, and we really care about it. And like I said, it's kind of a we thing. So it really makes a difference to have everybody included. It's been special.
And that's part of the authentic experience that people's clients will have with you. Is it's not a buffet. It's not just pushing through. I mean, you name these guys, right?
I ran out of names after 10.
But it really is personal, and I can also attest that everybody who's worked for you I mean, most people have done a shift through one of your restaurants in their life, and then often they'll come to me and they'll be like, they'll use you as the most important reference, you know, and
thank you.
So I really admire that about you, and it
I
shows.
think it's important to be there. I mean, I try to be there as much as I can. You know, I'm busier, so, but my office is right above the Shack.
Yes.
But I come down, if anybody ever asks, and you know, I tell the staff, call me.
Yes.
I want to come down, I want to say thank you, because it's really important.
So that's a really great little thing that just came out by accident. So far, and everybody that we've interviewed, being there has been a really important point. So travel with your groups and be there. That's a good point. Ooh, I got goosebumps. Awesome. So I want to, the other thing that I want to hear, will you tell us anything about how come your crab is so special? Can you give us any hints?
It's made with love. You know, crab's in the ocean. A lot of restaurants serve crab. A lot of people do the things. I think it's kind of a combination of the recipe that you get to watch us cook it. You know we're cooking it right there. We steam it. It's probably the big secret. So, so we steam our crab, and then just try to serve it with good accompaniments. And you know, our menu is small, and it's meant to be perfect. I mean, we want it to be high quality, and if there's ever a problem, we'll fix it. And that's it. I just want to make people happy, and that's really the bottom line.
That's a good point. So what you do, you are the best at. However, you don't sell burgers at Tracys Crab Shack.
I smell very expensive crab now.
I have had groups say, oh, well, one person doesn't eat shellfish. I'm like, well, they can have rolls.
Yeah, we try to accommodate as best we can. You know, crab over the years, it's a commodity. A lot of it goes overseas with our fisheries and kind of our oceans. You know, the quotas go down and the prices go up.
Yes.
And we've kind of had to battle that. You know, and I do the best I can. I can guarantee that I serve for the quality and the size of crab. You can't beat our price anywhere in Alaska, because I pretty much guarantee that. And we're willing to make it as affordable as we can and still stay in business. Just so people can experience it. Yeah,
and I can attest to that because, like I said earlier, a lot of restaurants do sell crab, but yours is bigger. Yours is bigger, legit. It is bigger. Yeah. So I am really excited because last year you opened the new location. You moved to a new location.
Right.
I'm so excited about that location. Talk about it.
Yeah, so we moved the building where the Crab Shack was. We had all of our little shacks. So I started out with one, and then I added another one, and then I added another one. So I was like Shackville, literally. And then we took that, and we were in a different location, and then we ended up moving to a more permanent location right on the corner. So we're located right where the cruise ships are, right where the tram is, right in the center of town, near the visitor center. We're right there. You can't miss us. My name's huge on the thing, which was actually an accident, but it worked out well.
How tall are those letters, really? I think
you ask my manager.
They're like 15 feet tall or something like that.
I think they're only 4.
4? They look so huge.
3, maybe. No, it was funny. That was actually an accident. And she's like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Oh my God. What is that?" So I'm used to it now. But anyway, we still, because it is busy, and we really missed the spirit of what the Crab Shack started as. So we took our little shacks and we moved them over to another location. And it's bigger and it's shack-like, and the menu's a little bit bigger there. But we were able to accommodate groups of people.
Yes, which made me super happy. And in fact, one of the first things I did was have a wedding at that.
Yes.
My assistant got married at your...
We actually opened because of that.
Yes. So what do you call that location?
I call it Shack 2. That's what we call it, just
Shack 2.
internally. But it's just the shack next to the Coast Guard station. I don't know. We don't have a good name for it.
So really, you want to call me to hook you up and get your groups to her location, because we drive there. We'll drive you there.
Right.
But your main location, people can just walk straight to it, and don't be scared of the lines because they go fast.
Yeah, and it is crazier there. So for groups there, it's a little bit harder. So I really encourage groups to go to the other spot, because then they get plenty of space to sprawl out and hang out a little while. It's beautiful. It's right on the water. And it's the original shacks, so you get to know our employees who have been there pretty much since I started.
Yeah.
And it's kind of neat. It's just a different experience. It's kind of like camping.
Well,
Like
you say
camping at a
that.
restaurant.
You say that, but like I said, we had my assistant's wedding was there.
Yes.
And it looks beautiful.
thank
They Tracy understands the weather in Southeast Alaska,
Yeah.
so you can enjoy your meal there even when the weather's bad.
Yeah.
And you feel. It does feel like you have the shack spread out, but you've set up the eating location with the tent and the
heaters,
lights
yeah.
and the different art. And I'm always saying, I love your brand. You understand your brand. And it was a gorgeous wedding. And it was the worst weather.
The worst
The
weather.
worst
I was
weather.
freaking out.
It was the
But
worst
it was
weather.
fun.
It was so fun.
And
Yeah.
that it actually prompted me to get open, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, we got to do this. So we're going to be open.
Yeah.
We're ready now.
And
So-
for groups, what's great is I have had people call, and they're a family of 8 or a family of 10 or 20, and they definitely want to eat at Tracys. You don't want to send your clients, your groups of 20 to your main shack. It's just
Right.
It's not the same.
It's not the same, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to sit together, and it'd be a little
Right.
tough.
I mean, the cool thing about your shack
They don't
is
mind.
you'll sit next to strangers and get to know people.
Right.
Everyone's really friendly when they're covered in butter.
Yes.
And
Yes.
eating with their hands.
Yeah.
But for groups, that's what I love about your Shack 2.
Shack 2.
Is we can drive people there.
Right.
And they can all sit together, have a great experience.
Yep, there's a lot of room. We have a little kids area, which is basically just a boat that we took out of somebody's yard. No. But no, we have a kids area that we're going to expand on, and so it's kind of fun for kids if you have any in the group. And so it's nice. You can have your own little seating. We're expanding our seating next year, so that'll be exciting. And that shack is actually like 85% locals that go to that one.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very few off the ships know about it. You were kind of the first that started doing it, so.
So that's so exciting.
We don't really promote it,
And
so
what
it's
I
kinda
love
one of those
about
things
you
that's
is
natural.
you're never satisfied with, and I mean that in a positive way. You're always looking for something new. You don't have to be that way, because as cruise ship passengers, we could just do the same good thing every year, but that's really nice for agents to know.
Yeah.
Is when they're sending their people up, they're gonna experience something special, something new, and you go that extra mile, and that will reflect for their
We
clients.
care, and part of our training at the beginning of the season, as I tell my group, it's like, if you're traveling and you go somewhere, how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel like you're a part of that community, a part of that restaurant? Do you want to feel welcome? I mean, I love it. People think we get tired of tourists. No, I don't. And it's not just to
I
make money.
agree.
It's just, I love it. I love being a tourist. I love going places. I like feeling welcome. And it's like welcoming somebody to your home.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. So thank you so much for coming. I could just sit and
Thank
chat
you.
with you all day, but we have to go because we've got some crab to eat.
Yes.
Thank you.